Hello, everybody. Hello, families. My name is Teri Cady, and I'm the head of school of Destinations Career Academy of Colorado. And we're so happy to be able to tell you about our school and the exciting educational opportunities that we offer students here in the state of Colorado. Our mission here is to make sure we're inspiring each of our students through meaningful, individualized, and engaging learning to make sure they're ready for what comes next, into college, into the workforce eventually, and for great careers in this 21st century. These are the things I'm going to talk to you about today. I'm going to share a little bit about our school and our curriculum, as well as our career exploration program and our clubs and student organizations. I'll tell you about our staffing and different programs we have for students, what a typical school day might look like, different events, face-to-face events we have, and work-based learning opportunities for our students. And finally, share on the enrollment procedure and make sure you have my contact information and others at our school for any questions you might have. So a little bit about our school. We're a public school in Colorado, and we serve students in grades 4 through 12 who live across our state, anywhere in the state of Colorado. We're authorized by a school district out east. It's actually almost to Nebraska, called Julesburg School District, and they've actually been the authorizer of the school since 2008. The superintendent out there, Sean Enos, has actually been a superintendent since the year 2000, and we just have a really supportive board and superintendent that believes deeply in school choice and this model of education. We're, of course, authorized by the Colorado Department of Education and also fully approved by the NCAA so that our students can go on to Division 1, 2, 3 in college and play those sports. Our students primarily attend school virtually, again, all over the state. However, we're big believers in the socialization and the value of in-person learning as well. So we offer over 100 in-person social and academic-based events that span the state, again, because our students live everywhere. Most of those, of course, along the Front Range, where most of our students are, but we do try to extend into the other areas of our state as well. Those aren't required. Some of our students attend many in-person events, and some of them attend none, just depending on their schedule and their reasons for attending our school, and it just if they believe in that and want to be a part of those in-person opportunities. We're a fairly small school, I'd say. We serve 650-ish full-time students every year, and then another 75 or so students take our courses part-time. So we love that number because it's large enough to have a really full, enriching curriculum and an amazing staff, but it's not so large that we lose sight of each student. We know all of our students really well. By the time they graduate with us, we know them all by name and what they do and what they're involved in outside of school, what sport they play, are they in art or theater, where they're going to college, all of these things. So it's kind of a perfect size. We're partnered with a company by the name of Stride K-12, and they are a nationwide company. They're a curriculum provider. So almost all of our curriculum comes from Stride K-12, very dynamic and interactive curriculum that really individualizes to each student's needs. And they also provide our platform that our students go to school on, which is called D2L, our live platform where we have live sessions, much like Zoom. It's called Engagely. Sometimes we use one called Nero. So Stride K-12 is a really strong partner that we work with to make sure our students have what they need to learn. Our students come to us for many reasons. We serve athletes. Actually graduated in 2017, was a bronze medalist in the Pyeongchang Games. She was a big snowboarder. So we serve many athletes that are looking for some more flexibility in their school day, and they come to us. We serve artists, kids that are really into theater or even trying to be on some commercials or television shows. Some that live really rural out on a farm and they work the farm, others that have other sorts of jobs. For so many different reasons, students come to our school and crave that virtual learning. For whatever reason, the brick and mortar building just hasn't been a great fit. They're looking for something different, authentic, and just that really suits their needs, and so they come to us. And then after they graduate from our school, we have students that go on to four-year colleges. We've got many going to, of course, the University of Colorado and Colorado School of Mines, and we have a student going to Duke University. They go to universities all over the country, four-year colleges, many to two-year colleges. And then we have many students who go right into the military or right into career. So just as varied as our students are while they're here, as are their pathways after graduating with us. We're one of the top performing, if not the top performing online schools in the state of Colorado. We have the highest possible accountability rating on our school report card. It's called performance in Colorado. There's 4 ratings and performance is the top. And we also have the highest graduation rates of any online school, right about 97%, which is well over the average graduation rate for all schools, brick and mortar and virtual combined. So students that come here, we guarantee a really successful education, high quality, and they're just going to have an amazing experience. I talked about the Stride K-12 curriculum already a little bit. We have courses across, of course, all subject areas, your main ones you might think of in math, science, social studies, English language arts, world languages. Primarily Spanish is the world language that most of our students take. However, we offer others as well. And then we have a really rich, this is what makes our school pretty unique, electives and what we call in Colorado a career and technical education program. So what that means is that students really can explore different careers while they're here if they choose to do so, so that when they go on to college and career, they have some ideas of what maybe they might want to do, later in life. We also have advanced placement, AP courses, college prep level courses, as well as what we call in Colorado concurrent enrollment. Some states call it dual enrollment, where students have opportunities to take online and in-person college courses. We have like 12 different agreements at different colleges across our state. And then they receive the college credit for that course, as well as the high school credit with us. And what's really great in Colorado at a public school is we pay for the tuition. So students cover the fees and the books, but we pay for the tuition when students enroll in concurrent enrollment. We also have a course that many of our athletes take. It's called Student Athlete. And it obviously replaces any sort of PE requirement. And it's an elective credit that students earn for the time spent in their sport. So we do that for athletes. We have an art course that's similar, a music course that's similar. So we have that as well because many of our students really put a lot of time into something outside of school. This link here, when you receive this deck, this high school course catalog will open up and has all of the courses, the specific courses in each of these areas I've spoken to, and also includes our graduation requirements. So you'll have that. I want to go a little bit more into our career and technical education program. This is our career exploration area because it's so unique. You see brick and mortars with this everywhere. This is huge right now at schools across the country. Really, every major district has some sort of CTE program because our country values more and more that chance when we're younger to explore and figure out what we're strong in and what we're interested in. But in an online school, it's pretty unique. All of these CTE programs are state approved. So we offer courses in the health sciences. So this is like, kids eventually can go on to like a CNA, a certified nurse assistant, medical assistant, phlebotomy, EKG, sports medicine, pharmacy tech, so they can get experience in each of the different kind of major health science pathways. We have many students who do this who then go on to a nursing school, kids who are, have aspirations of going on to med school, things like that. We have a full business and marketing program as well, where students can really dive in there when they have those entrepreneurship interests and just really goals of working in business someday. We have computer programming, so all sorts of languages, Java, Python, many more for our students who are really into the IT world. Also have game design. That's a very popular one. Our students love the game design pathway. The media arts, this is like the Adobe's, Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop and Game Weaver. So there's some different Adobe courses in those media arts that also students really enjoy. We have an engineering pathway, and a lot of design takes place in that, like we use the software SolidWorks. We also have cybersecurity, obviously a hot field right now, so lots of interest there. We have an agriculture career exploration pathway where students take some courses in ag. Also have a teacher training and mental health counseling pathway for our students that maybe want to become teachers or counselors in their future. Criminal justice and public safety, students that might want to go on to be police officers or firefighters or other things involved with public safety. The most popular, I shouldn't say the most popular, But a highly popular one is our outdoor leadership program. And this is an approved pathway in Colorado. These students learn like avalanche rescue. They get their wilderness first aid. They go on some amazing backpacking and snowshoe trips. And we're about to go whitewater rafting with them in a couple of weeks. And we do a lot of park cleanup and trail work. Just an amazing pathway, actually. And then finally, we have a hospitality and food production pathway as well. Again, when you get these slides, this CTE SMORE link right here will open up. CTE, again, standing for Career and Technical Education, and you'll see videos and have much more information about each of these areas. And here they are. This is what I just talked through. It just gives you a more visual. So down this column here lists all those pathways I just described. And then out to the right, actually, these are called programs. And then out to the right are the pathways within each of those programs that we offer. So that's just a kind of a nice way to visualize it. And then on the far left column, these are the career and technical student organizations. They're like professional clubs for students that associate with each of those programs that our kids are involved in. So DECA is a big business and management one. HOSA is a big health science and human service organization. TSA is a big technology organization for kids into IT and cybersecurity and engineering. Of course, FFA, you've probably heard of FFA, that goes along with agriculture. And then Skills USA is where our media arts students join. And it's just really a broad professional organization that offers students a lot of opportunities. Quickly, many of these career exploration pathways come along with certifications. So when students end the course, rather than just taking a final exam that's like, well, that's great, you took a final exam, you got an A, good job. Nobody ever even knows anything about that. Our students actually take an industry recognized certification and have an opportunity to pass that. So it's kind of a culminating point of many of these career courses. So they actually can get a certification. You know, maybe they became an expert in SolidWorks or Autodesk Inventor, or, you know, took the AP Computer Science exam, the Adobes, the Photoshop, InDesign. Those certifications are really valuable. And later in life, industry and on a resume, these things look really strong that students not only took these courses, but mastered a pretty awesome skill. A little bit more on our clubs. I mentioned our career and technical student organizations, which is here at the bottom. So I mentioned all of those already, and you can just see there how, again, they match up. But we also offer other clubs. You don't have to be in any of these. They're just different offerings that our students choose to be in. So we have a National Honor Society for our top academic and service-oriented students. We have book club, outdoor club, which, you know, matches that outdoor leadership program we have. We have a chess club where they play virtual chess all the time. The kids love that one. We also have esports, which many of our students, the gamers, really enjoy esports, and we do competitions, and we're all a part of that. And then we also have a virtual social platform. This isn't really a club, but it's called the K-12 Zone, where students can just kind of hop in and socialize with other students, you know, outside of class time. Maybe they just want to chat. So it's just a safe chat area for our kids is what it is. A little bit about our staffing. All of our teachers are certified through the state of Colorado, just like any public school teacher in Colorado, in their subject area, with 88% of them actually have a master's degree and also 5 to 25 plus years of experience. So in other words, we have a very veteran team. They are well qualified. They're passionate about what they do. We just really have an amazing group of staff here. We also, of course, have a special education program with students who might be on an individualized education plan, an IEP, to make sure that all student goals and needs are met. Additionally, we have a 504 program for students who maybe have a 504 need. We have gifted and talented for our gifted and talented learners. Those students go on advanced learning plans as they would at any public school in Colorado. We have a multilingual, which is also known as an English language learners programs. It's always been called English language learners, and the state of Colorado and many states actually are changing that to multilingual because these learners really are multilingual with their backgrounds of when they've come here as well. Of course, they have wonderful and amazing counselors and also support staff. that really help these students stay engaged and focus on their goals and get ready for what's next after they graduate with us. Our students actually meet one-on-one with their counselor at least 4 times a year, some many more than that. And then the counselors also hold what we call a counseling block session weekly, where they'll be with a group of students and their counselor. So at this school, students are really involved with the teachers as well as their counselor. We, of course, have an administration staff, operations to make sure the school runs smoothly. And it's just a great, amazing team. We all participate in professional development, ongoing professional development, to make sure we're just staying up to date with education and opportunities and what's coming down from the state and the feds, and making sure we're just a great place to be. There's a picture. That's a picture from one of our professional developments, actually, of our team there. So you've got that. So what does a school day look like for us? So what's important to know is our students attend school both synchronously, so like a live session where they're with their teacher and their peers and life is happening like in a Zoom. It's what we call engagely, but it's like a Zoom, and they're having synchronous class. And then students also attend asynchronously. So they work on projects and labs and different things on their own, just like they would, having homework and things like that at a school down the street. The blend of how often it's synchronous and how often it's asynchronous varies tremendously, and we individualize that quite a bit. Some students attend every single session that they have class synchronously, and they never miss one because that's how they learn best. Other students may attend very few actually live synchronous sessions, and they'll more watch some recordings and do most of their work asynchronously because they're trying to become a professional skier and the slopes are only open certain hours of the day. So we work really closely with individual students on a schedule that's going to work for them, where they're schooling and getting done what they need to and learning and growing, but can also engage and fulfill the other areas of their life. Those live sessions I've talked about in Engagely, we offer them on Engagely and in Nero. And we're basically transferring from Nero to Engagely because it's a stronger platform. And so next year, you might see a little bit of both as our teachers transition to Engagely, probably fully a few months in. It's a great live platform. And that, again, is where our students attend class with their teachers. The teachers are teaching. There's all these great activities going on, breakout rooms, discussions, labs, you name it, super interactive. You'll be amazed at actually how our teachers make online learning really interactive with lots of discussion. And you'll see large group classes, sometimes smaller. If there's a certain group of students who need help on a certain math skill or more attention to writing, they'll host small group classes as well, and one-on-one when students need it too. We record every live session we have. Every single one gets automatically recorded, actually, and uploads to the student platform. And so students can watch those on their own time as well. Our class schedule is for this current school year is linked here. So you'll have that. And then I'll update as soon as we've got our 24-25 schedule ready to go, but it should look really similar. Our teachers also record. Sometimes watching a full recording is tricky. So our teachers also record very short segments sometimes on key content. So maybe it's the quadratic equation in algebra, and it's just this like 3-minute, watch this before you do this assignment. And that really helps our kids too. The assignments vary just like they would at any school. They'll have quizzes and exams, but they'll do art, they'll have math problems and debates and labs and write. And we make sure we're assessing our students in many, many ways so that they can show us what they know in different ways, because that's so important. We do have some internal school testing each year from a program called STAR 360. It's a pretty well-known national program. This is for grades 9 through 11. 4 through 11 really, but for the high school 9th through 11th, our seniors don't do this. And this is to monitor growth in both English language arts, primarily reading, and in math over the course of the school year. So they'll take it 3 times a year. When we first arrive in the beginning in August, one time in December, and again in May. So it just gives us great data on how our students are growing, what their strengths are, where there are areas of kind of more attention is needed. You do it online, and we do it during a class time. So it's not like an extra thing. We really make it part of the school day. The state of Colorado, for all public school students, the state test is the PSAT for 9th and 10th graders, and then the SAT for 11th graders. So the state of Colorado does great things here. They give a state assessment that really means something to the students and can help them, the PSAT to practice for the SAT, which is, of course, a college entrance exam. And that's free of charge when they take that with us in April. I talked a little bit about the fact that we do these in-person events all over the state. And we also have virtual events. I'll talk first to those. Virtual events, well, what does that really mean? You have virtual class all the time. And these are special things. So oftentimes we'll bring in like a guest speaker. So just actually the other day, we had a judge from Texas who was speaking with our criminal justice pathway students about what it's like to be a judge and the pathway to get there and the day-to-day life. And he was just really engaged the students in a great presentation. We do some job site tours virtually. That's a really interesting part. We had a job site tour of a correctional facility this same time period for our criminal justice students. And these virtual events are nice because everyone can attend versus the in-person, which is trickier, transportation. Again, our kids live all over the state. We do some professional workshops like how to write a good resume, how to be ready for an interview. And those are really helpful for our students. We have assemblies and all things like this. And we even have our students write our school announcements, and not just write, but present our school announcements. Our student leadership team does that. And those are fun to see as well. In-person events, we have big back to school night in the beginning of the year. Everyone heads to that. We have different socials throughout the year that are just fun and like pizza and games. We have a prom. Actually, our prom is coming up next weekend. We do a day of service. This is an amazing event where our kids and staff all over the state. We have different locations where we just give back for a day. We go volunteer. It's so many different places depending on where you live, whether it's at the local humane society with pets, dogs and kitties, whether it's out on a trail, at a nursing home. And so we do a whole school day of service every year, which always in April. Actually, it was end of March this year, and just a really great event. We do a Veterans Day event. We have senior awards, and we have an amazing in-person high school graduation at the Colorado School of Mines, which is a top-notch university in Golden, Colorado. There's a picture of our graduates from last year. And again, I would say our kids live all over the state. So most of them, probably 3/4 of them attend in-person graduation, which is pretty impressive because they drive for like 4 hours to be here. It's amazing. But we also live stream it. So for the students and families that just cannot get here, we live stream it as well. And it's just it's a wonderful event every year. That's coming up too, obviously, here in May. So along with kind of our more social events, we also offer a lot of work-based learning, in-person events too, like job tours. Many of our students are involved in internships, different project works. They go to a makerspace, competitions and conferences with those student organizations I spoke to. So we have a many in-person things. The in-person events just, every week there's multiple opportunities around the state. And this is kind of fun. So our health sciences program, this is like the phlebotomy, EKG, certified nurse assistant, sports medicine. Many of those elective areas, those medical areas require lab hours. It's one thing to learn about phlebotomy and drawing someone's blood. It's a different thing to practice it. So we actually have a certified medical mobile lab that's fully approved by DORA, which is the nursing board in Colorado. And this travels our state. So we have an amazing instructor and nurse who travels the state of Colorado for students in these medical fields. So they get their lab hours and they get their practice. So we bought an RV several years ago. We gutted it and turned it into this medical lab inside. It's fully ADA accessible. One of our design students actually designed that wrap you see that actually goes around the entire vehicle. So you might see this out on the road in Colorado. It's pretty fun. There are some students inside the lab actually doing some work there, and a few more doing some more practice on their sticks and pokes for phlebotomy. This is just another picture of some of our students who just got back recently from State Leadership Conference from HOSA, which is our health sciences student organization. And they go to conferences, they compete, they do some amazing things when they're a part of these student organizations. So it's just fun to see some of our kids. This is a good one. I told you about our outdoor leadership program where they go backpacking in the fall. They get their wilderness first aid. They get their primary avalanche rescue. They do this big snowshoe trip. We're about to go clean up an area outside of Golden and then have a rafting day here in a couple weeks. And it's just a really amazing experience for these students and our teacher Hunter who teaches these. This is just another picture of some of our students, another field trip, just giving you some different examples when they went to the Birds of Prey, which is in Boulder County earlier this month. Just a really enjoyable day and time for our students there. Great learning. This is our media arts. These are the Adobe students. One of our partners is Superior Ink Screen Printing. They do a lot of things for us. They have a few students who have internships there. And it's just one of the days with one of the kids was there for an internship and a few of us stopped by to see the action. One of our students here is speaking. Her name is Abby Hines. She's actually about to graduate this year. The Capitol building in Denver, Colorado hosts a day every year called Day at the Capitol. It's for school choice and really supports schools like ourselves, virtual schools all over the state. And Abby had a huge speech on the Day at the Capitol, just talking about the importance of what virtual schools meant to her and all of the opportunities she's been able to pursue because of this opportunity. So now you've heard all about our school. So a big question is, well, how do I enroll? And it's actually relatively straightforward. The link is here. You'll log on to that link and you'll answer. I mean, it does take a little time. You'll answer many questions. There'll be some paperwork to upload, but the process works you through it online. And there's an opportunity to talk to somebody in enrollment who will also help you every step of the way. And then once enrollment is finalized, you will then receive a call or an email actually from our counselor to set up a time on Zoom to meet one-on-one with your student, and the parent can be there as well. So the counselor and the student, and we recommend the parent attend if possible. And the counselor will welcome you to our school, give you any information, answer any questions. And the most exciting part, choose courses and talk about goals and things like that, and just get all set for the year ahead. And then you'll receive from administration, our handbook and our calendar. You'll have our full catalog actually already with our counselor, club information. And then really important, we have new student onboarding, which is August 14th, 15th, and 16th. So those are important days for our students who've never gone to school with us before, because you learn how to go to school with us. You learn our platforms and you'll meet some of our staff and other students who are also new. And that's all virtual. So that's all virtual. You can be anywhere for that. And then classes actually begin on August 19th. And we will have a back to school night event that'll be in person, but we usually run that in September because some of our students, we actually enroll students midway through September. So you can enroll now, we're open now, and you can enroll all the way through mid-September. So while most of our students are here to start on time, and we encourage that, of course, we do have some students who, for whatever reason, enroll late. Like maybe they went back to a different school and they changed their mind, or they just moved to Colorado, whatever it might be. And this link here is our full calendar. So it shows like first day of school, when Thanksgiving break is, when winter break is, spring break, when school ends, all of that there. So you'll have that. Finally, we just want to share our contact information. You see me down there at the end. I'm the head of school. Other title is executive director. That's me, Teri. So you can definitely email me with any questions you have. We actually do have a principal, Amber Schreiner. She deals really closely with teachers and the academics, and you have her email there as well. Our main counselor, we have several counselors, but our head counselor is Renee Brewer, and she'll probably be working with you all. And her contact information is there for any questions on courses or graduation requirements, things like that. And then finally, I put Brianne's contact information on here too. She's the person who really is in charge of all those career exploration courses we spoke on, if you have any questions there. She's a great person to go to. So that is all I have today. And I just thank you so much for your time and your interest and look forward to working with you soon. Thank you so much.